I was a boy. This was the first job that I ever had. I worked here for Charlie Norris. I was 10 years old at that time. I got $2 a month in my board and room, and I used to room in that room right upstairs there. That's been, what, 65 years ago. He put me to work back here in the woods clearing new ground. And I cleared about an acre, I guess, that month, but there were a lot of squirrels, redbirds, butterflies, more things to attract the fellow's attention than anything in the world. And evidently, I didn't clear as much ground as he thought a boy ought to have cleared even. So at the end of that first month, he fired me and sent me home. Said he wouldn't feed me for me. So I went home, took my $2 to my mother. And when I gave her the $2 that I had gotten for the month's work and told her that Mr. Norris had fired me, she gave me a little lecture that I shall never forget. She said, "What on earth are you ever going to amount to? You're my oldest son, the oldest of the 3 children. You've got no father. I got nobody to help me depend on but you. And to think that you're so no count that you couldn't hold a job at $2 a month." Well, time she got through tongue lashing me, I felt just about as low as anybody could have ever felt. And I made a resolve then that I would never let hours or work or anything else ever interfere with me doing the best job as possible. And if I ever got another job, I was sure going to prove to her that I was worthy of it.
Hey, this is Mariah, and today I will be telling you a full biography about Colonel Sanders. Colonel Harlan David Sanders, the founder of KFC. Harlan David Sanders was born on September 9, 1890 in Henryville, Indiana, USA. He was the oldest of 3 children in the Sanders family. His father, Wilbur David Sanders, was a farmer who later worked as a butcher. His mother, Margaret Ann Sanders, was a homemaker. The family lived on a modest farm. At the age of 5, Sanders faced a significant tragedy when his father died suddenly. This event forced his mother to work, leaving Sanders to take care of his younger siblings and handle many of the household chores, including cooking. This early responsibility gave him basic cooking skills, which would later become pivotal in his career.
Got a job working for my mother. I was the oldest of 3 children. I was 5 years old when Papa died, and my little brother was 3, and my sister was born 2 months after Papa's death. Well, that left my mom, a poor widow woman out there on that little farm, and so she sewed for the neighbors, don't you see? Making boys' suits. 80 years ago, there wasn't many store-bought suits for country boys to go to school in. So she'd make their school suits, made dresses for the girls for their school dresses, and farmers' work trousers. And she would then direct me what to do with the food she had on the stove, what to add, where to set it to the hot part of the stove or back to the cool part, and the why. So I come up cooking just as a kid. You see, by the time I was 7 years old, I was making family light bread, you see.
At what age?
At 7.
Made your first loaf of bread?
At 7. Now, Mom was working over at the canning factory at Henryville, Indiana at that time in the fall, and spending the nights with her brother there in Henryville.
Early career and ventures. Sanders left school in 7th grade and started working various jobs. He worked as a farmhand, a streetcar conductor, and a railroad fireman. In 1906, at the age of 16, he enlisted in the United States Army and was sent to Cuba, where he served for several months before being honorably discharged. After his military service, Sanders tried his hand at various jobs and business ventures, including operating a steamboat ferry, selling insurance, and running a service station. However, he struggled to find lasting success in these early ventures. Despite the setbacks, Sanders was determined to succeed and continued to pursue new opportunities. The birth of Kentucky Fried Chicken. In 1930, Sanders opened a service station in Corbin, Kentucky. It was here that he started serving meals to travelers, offering a menu that included fried chicken. Sanders did not have a formal restaurant, but served meals in his own dining room in the service station. His cooking became popular, and his reputation began to grow. Sanders' breakthrough came when he developed his unique method of frying chicken. He combined a pressure cooker with a special blend of 11 herbs and spices to create his signature dish. This method allowed him to cook the chicken faster while retaining its flavor and tenderness. In 1935, Kentucky Governor Ruby Laffoon recognized Sanders' contributions to the state's cuisine by granting him the honorary title of Colonel. The Sanders Court and Cafe. By 1937, Sanders had expanded his business to include a motel and a restaurant called the Sanders Court and Cafe. The restaurant became a popular stop for travelers on U.S. Route 25, and Sanders' fried chicken gained widespread acclaim. However, in the early 1950s, the construction of a new interstate highway bypassed Corbin, significantly reducing customer traffic to his restaurant. Faced with dwindling business, Sanders decided to sell his property in 1956 and focus on franchising his fried chicken recipe. At the age of 65, he began traveling across the country, often sleeping in his car, to pitch his chicken recipe to restaurant owners. He offered to provide his special seasoning blend and teach his cooking method in exchange for a franchise fee and a nickel for each chicken sold. The rise of KFC. Sanders' persistence paid off when he found his first franchisee, Pete Harmon, who operated a restaurant in Salt Lake City, Utah. In 1952, Harmon opened the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise. The partnership was a success, and more franchises followed. Sanders' blend of 11 herbs and spices became a closely guarded secret, and the KFC brand started to grow rapidly. By the 1960s, KFC had become a nationwide phenomenon. Sanders' distinctive image, complete with his white suit and black string tie, became synonymous with the brand. He continued to travel and promote the business, appearing in television commercials and making public appearances. Selling the company. In 1964, Sanders sold the Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation to a group of investors led by John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack Massey for $2 million, equivalent to about $17 million today. Although he sold the company, Sanders remained involved as a brand ambassador and continued to receive a salary for his promotional work. He was known for his hands-on approach, often visiting KFC outlets to ensure the quality of the food. Later years and legacy. In his later years, Sanders lived in Shelbyville, Kentucky, with his second wife, Claudia. He continued to be active in the business and made frequent public appearances. Despite his advanced age, he maintained a rigorous travel schedule, promoting KFC and ensuring the quality of the brand. Colonel Sanders passed away on December 16, 1980, at the age of 90. He left behind a legacy as a pioneer in the fast food industry and a beloved figure in American culture. His image remains an integral part of the KFC brand, and his original recipe continues to be a closely guarded secret. Philanthropy and personal life. In addition to his business ventures, Sanders was known for his philanthropy. He donated to various charities and was involved in numerous community projects. He established the Colonel Harlan Sanders Charitable Organization, which continues to support education, healthcare, and human services initiatives. Colonel Sanders was also known for his strong personality and determination. Despite facing numerous setbacks and challenges throughout his life, he remained resilient and dedicated to his vision. His story is often cited as an example of perseverance and the belief that it is never too late to achieve success. Impact on the fast food industry. Colonel Sanders' influence on the fast food industry cannot be overstated. He revolutionized the concept of franchising in the restaurant business and set the standard for quality and consistency in fast food. KFC's success paved the way for other fast food chains and contributed to the growth of the industry. Today, KFC operates in over 3,000 outlets worldwide. The brand continues to innovate and adapt to changing consumer preferences while staying true to Sanders' original vision. His commitment to quality and his entrepreneurial spirit remain at the core of KFC's values. Conclusion. Colonel Harlan David Sanders' life is a testament to the power of perseverance, innovation, and dedication. From his humble beginnings in rural Indiana to becoming a global icon, Sanders' journey is an inspiring story of resilience and determination. His legacy lives on through the KFC brand and the countless lives he touched through his philanthropy and business endeavors. Colonel Sanders' story continues to inspire entrepreneurs and individuals around the world, proving that it is never too late to pursue one's dreams and achieve greatness.